All right, here we are. So I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to type in kit. No, not my projects in my vault. Kit. So I'm going to open up the Unreal Learning Kit and I'm going to place this in here. And I'll call this Instructable. Great. And now it's creating. All right, here it is. I'm going to open it up. And then I get this box. I'm opening it with 5.2. And I'm going to pause and wait for it to open. The first time you do it, it might take some time, so don't sweat that. All right, I've got all kinds of surprise, like missing project settings and things popping up, but that's not a big deal. No worries. All right, so first thing, we have our content drawer. This is where all of our stuff is stored. Right, so this would be like your meshes that you brought in from Blender or Maya or what have you. So let's go ahead and check out. We're an hour of code. Let's go ahead and make this blue or green or whatever color you wish, so it's easy for you to see. Just to set color, pick a color that pleases you, hit OK. Whoop, that's not it. That's it. And now it's green or blue or purple or whatever you chose. So that's good for managing your files to make it easier. Next thing let's do, I'm going to go ahead and close this because you may not have had it immediately when you came up. We're going to click Window and Place Actors, right? So this is where you can add stuff that's built into the game. Like, let's go ahead and click Shapes, and I can just drag a cube in there. So go ahead and do that. Check it out. Delete it. All right, let's check out what the mouse can do. So when we left click, left, right, forward, and back, right? So it's not left, right, up, and down, it's left, right, forward, back. Then our middle button, we scroll it, zooms in and out. And then when we press the middle button, we can do like that strafe, up, down, left, right. And when we click our right button, moves the camera. All right, now if we hold our right mouse button, we can use QWER, WASD, and then Q and E to go up and down. This is just like Twinmotion. All right, let's select a piece. So I've got this piece selected here, and I can see it right here in our outliner or world outliner. And if I am way over here, what I can do is press F, and it frames just that piece. So it's an easy way to get to something. So if I wanted to go to this piece right here, F. Or I can also do it this way, select F, and there we go, right? So framing is very nice. Okay, let's go back and play with these numbers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this takes you to different areas. You can save spots anywhere you choose. But right now I'm just going to go to 5. And let's go ahead and drop a block back in, or a cube. And then we have our tools, just like we used in Twinmotion. This one's our move tool. We can also hold the W key on the mouse to get to move. We can do the E and rotate it. We can use the R to get to scale, or we can just use these keys up, these buttons up here. Right, so either way works. Whatever you prefer, do it. Okay, let's notice, go to details. When I move this, these settings change, right? The Z-axis. And if I rotate it, the rotation numbers change. And same with the scale. So these are your details on your object. And like I said before, this is the outliner. So right now we have a cube, which is this one. When we have an object selected, you can hold the Alt key and then left mouse, and you can rotate around that object. All right, let's get rid of this cube. And now we need to add the levels. And to do that, it's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and open up our content drawer. And here is our hour of code. Open up the maps. And what we're going to do is double click on this one, level HOC world. So I'm just double clicking it, save selected. And now we're going to set up our world that we're going to mess with. I'll go ahead and pause while this does it. Okay, so we want to get our levels available to us. And we can do that by going Window, Levels. And here are our levels. If it happens to be out here, all you have to do is grab it and you can dock it right in there so that you can switch easily. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So this is our starting point, and when I click on it, you can see in our outliner, world start, our player start, and then here is our details panel where we'd have information about the player start. So I'm going to click the play button. And here's my guy. I use WAS to run and jump and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and stand on this platform. Alas, I just fell right through it. And now there's nowhere to go. So this is really the end of my game. And that was not very fun. What I want to do is add what's called collision to this piece. So to get back out of your game, just hit escape. I probably should have told you that. Right, so I'm in the game. I'm falling. And now I just hit escape. And then I'm going to hit 1 to get back to this spot. So I want to add collision, which is so I can add some physics so they can stand on the platform rather than just fall through. And it's shockingly easy to do. So what we're going to do, Control B, and this opens up all kinds of good stuff. And we are looking in all content, hour of code, static meshes. And in static meshes is this platform, SM Platform M. So that is this one. So what I'm going to do, and if you don't know what the name of it is, just click it and it'll tell you. Right, SM Platform M. So here it is. Let's go ahead and look at this. So I'm hovering over it and I'm reading that information and it says collision prims 0. So that means there is no collision on there so that you're going to fall through. So let's change it. Go ahead and double click on the platform. And it's going to open up in here. And I'm just going to drag this and dock it just like I did with the levels. Right, just like I did with the levels. So here is our object. And to add collision, it's extremely easy. We click collision. Add 10 DOP-Z. And we have now added collision. So when we've made a change, but we haven't saved it, it adds this little asterisk right here. So I'm going to click File, and I'm just going to hit Save. Once I hit Save, the asterisk is gone. Asterisk is gone. Asterisk. What a lovely word. Okay, so the asterisk is gone. It's saved. Everything is great. Let's go ahead and go back to our world. Now let's play the game. And hopefully it works. So that is awesome. We have done our first thing. All right. Now, I want to make this all the way across so that our player can get through. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to my move tool. And this is a cool trick. All you have to do is press Alt. So I'm going to scooch over a little bit here. Get to my red if I can. Why is it not showing up there? I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here it is. I'm clicking on the red. I'm holding down Alt, and now it's not working for me. That's very odd. And a little frustrating. Try this again. Alt, pull. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I just pulled it, and it made a duplicate. You can do it this way. You can go to the content drawer and drag that on, or you can select this, copy and paste. Either way works. It's totally up to you. There is another way to do it. That's my favorite. So I select my arrow. I hold Alt and Shift And what I do now is I pull it over, and it's moving the camera as well. So I want you to make a few of these. So that your player can get across. And mine is not working very nicely. There we go, that's better. Okay. Alt Shift, pull. There we go. Okay, now let's play it through. And hit the spacebar to jump. And just make sure you can actually get through. I cannot, so I need to add one more. So I'm going to select it, Alt Shift, pull. There we go. All right, so now my player can get through. I'm going to go back to 1. And I have gaps here that I can still fall through. And if I fall through it, then I'm stuck. The game's over. Everyone's mad because the game is boring. So let's fix that. I'm going to select my platforms. And I'm just going to move them over for a little bit. And then I'm going to go into my place actors. And I'm going to type in pain. Pain causing volume is a volume that causes damage over time to any actor that overlaps its collision. So when you, let's grab this and pull it in. So when I collide with this box, meaning just touches it, something's going to happen. So let's check it out. Let's check out the pain. Okay, I'm running in. As soon as I hit that box, it takes me back to my start position. So now we have a way to get out of that box if we don't make it. So now let's just go ahead and fill this area with that box by using the scale tool. All right, I'm pulling it out. And I'm going just to the wall because I don't want it to go too far out and then if you walk over that ledge, hit that pain box and die. All right, that's pretty good. All right, now let's test again. Here we go. Nice. Now let's go ahead and move these back. So I'm just selecting, holding shift and selecting. And then I will, whoop, that's not the move. There we go. All right, this is pretty blah, so let's go ahead and change a few of these up a little bit. Maybe make this one down. And a little spin. Maybe spin this one the other way. Shrink it. Whatever you want to do, just to make it a little bit more interesting, challenging. Remember, you want to make it so it has some sort of challenge, but not impossible, because if it's impossible, people will just quit. That's what happens to me every single time I ever play Metal Gear Solid series. Okay, let's run through. So far, so good. So far, so good. Alright, I've made it. So I'm going to go ahead and escape now. Okay, so I've done all that. And if I restart my game, I'm going to be back at that one starting point. If I want to start from here, all I have to do is right click and click play from here. And now my game starts right here. I can also click on these three dots by the play button. Maybe, there we go. And I can change from default player start to current camera location. So wherever my camera is where the game will start. This is very handy if you happen to be working in a certain area or a certain puzzle and you don't want to have to start from the beginning or right click play from here over and over and over again. So that's an option. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to get across this way to that little piece right there. Well, it's there, I assure you. So we're going to grab a platform just like this one, and we're going to build our way across another little parkour jumping. So let's go to our content drawer. Here's my floating island, and it's in my static meshes, right? Content, Aura code, static meshes. Drag it, place it. And then I'm just going to move it to where I like it. Make sure I can actually make that jump. I probably can't. It's a little intense. There we go. And then I'll just Alt Shift and pull. And I'm adding another one. And then let's see if I can make that leap. So I'm going to click here. Right click, play from here. Okay, jump. Jump. I've made it. Excellent. All right, that is good. But let's say I didn't make it. Oh no. Okay, so he's just falling and falling and falling. And the game is going to go forever, so that's no bueno. So what we can do, let's go back here, is we want to add what's called the Kill Z. The Kill Z, it's very exciting. Okay, so we're going to go to World Settings this time. World Settings. So let's click Window and World Settings. And then they're over here in by the details. And let's look for Kill Z. Kill Z does not stand for kill zone. It stands for where on the Z axis you're going to be kaput. And it's grayed out, so that's not good. We have to turn it on. So let's go to Advanced. And we're going to click on Enable World Bound Checks. And when we click this, Kill Z is now open. All right. Right now it's at this crazy number. Let's check out. Okay, this right here is our Z-axis, right? And this right here is our, is that the X-axis or the Y-axis? Well, it doesn't matter regardless. So this right here is our origin, 0, 0. And we want it to go any lower than, like, say right here is where you're going to die. So let's change this to negative 500. So it's going to be after 500 of these little blocks, your game is done. Let's go back and play from here. And let's hop off. And now you can see it starts over. All right, we have finished our first lesson. It is imperative at this point that you save your work because we are going to go on later. And that's it.